going to talk about how to find good images, appropriate images for a Google slide or a Google Draw. And what I mean by that is we are going to do a little search for the best images with the best usage rights. I'm going to look here for my image and I type in paint. And I have all these options, shopping, maps, but I'm looking for images. So I'm going to click on images. That's going to bring me here. Now, along the top here, it gives me lots of different options. So are we looking for a paint splash today? Yes, I am. So I'll click on that. But I also want to make sure that it's transparent in the background. So you can choose transparency right here, or you can actually type in transparent background. That's going to narrow down what images are really presented to you. Now let's go to tools in our images here. If we are going to share this beyond ourselves, then you want to make sure you have the usage rights to them. So I'm going to say labeled for reuse with modification because I am going to be changing this just a little bit. So I'll click on that. And these images are safe to use for presentation. They have a usage right. You can reuse them because of how we have filtered what we're looking for. So search images. You might want to use these little bars along here or actually type in transparent. Let's look. Oh, and then also make sure that you have the usage rights for it. Now, this one I can tell is a PN or is transparent around it because it has this checkerboard. So I'm going to grab this one and pull it off to the side. Now, unfortunately, when I pulled that off, I noticed that this is a format that isn't going to work. So over here on the side, it says WEBP. This is not an image that's going to work. We need a JPEG or a PNG is what it's called. So I'm going to go ahead and trash that. Sometimes you don't know that until you try it. This one looks like one that I could use. I'm going to pull this off to the side. And then let's just test it out. So I have created a Google slides here, but you could use this in Google Draw. And I changed the background color. So I have a background color. And now I can pull this in. And if it has a good transparent background, we should just see the spot. We do. There is the paint spot. And it is ready to be adjusted and changed and moved around for my presentation. Let's talk about finding an image that doesn't have that transparency, and we can then create a transparency for the background. When I bring this into my presentation, notice it has that white background. It's not transparent like I had hoped. So I'm going to delete, well, let's leave that on there. We'll use it as a comparison. What I'm going to do is click on that butterfly and open it up in something called Preview. Again, I'd want to mention that this is in a Mac. So now I have this marker here, and that opens up this toolbar, which brings up this magic wand. And then I can go ahead and highlight the white space. So all I did was click on that white space, and you can see this little jumping line going around all of the color on my image. Now I simply hit delete. It's going to ask me if I want it to convert to a PNG. Yes, I do. So I'm going to hit convert, and it turns gray all the way around. When I close out of that, it automatically saves over here onto my image that's on my desktop. So now I can drag that in to my presentation, and I have a clear background. And I can go ahead and change the size and the direction and do a lot of editing with that. This is a quick and easy way to create images and use them in your documents, whether it is Google Drawing or Google Slides or maybe another application altogether. Finding the usage rights is important, and also creating that transparent background is a nice little touch to make it just perfect for your presentations or your project.